When you think of Rio de Janeiro, what comes to mind? Is it the iconic image of Christ the Redeemer standing tall over the sprawling city, or the pulsating rhythms of samba echoing through the streets during Carnival? Maybe it's the golden sands of Copacabana Beach, or the colorful favelas dotting the hillsides. But Rio is much more than its stereotypes. It's a city that holds immense importance on many fronts: cultural, economic, historical, and environmental. And once you begin to scratch beneath the surface, you'll see that Rio de Janeiro is not just a beautiful city, but a vital part of Brazil and the world. Rio de Janeiro is a city that feels alive, breathing with a vibrant energy that captivates anyone who steps foot within it. From the moment you arrive, you feel the city's pulse, a mix of laid-back beach vibes and frenetic urban energy. But why is Rio so important? It's not just because it's beautiful, although it certainly is. It's because Rio de Janeiro has played a crucial role in shaping Brazil's identity, its economy, and its position on the global stage. Historically, Rio de Janeiro has been a center of power and influence. Founded in 1565, the city became the capital of Brazil in 1763 and held this title for nearly 2 centuries before Brasilia took over in 1960. During this time, Rio was not only the political heart of the country, but also its cultural and economic engine. As Brazil grew and developed, so did Rio, transforming from a colonial port into a bustling modern metropolis. One of the reasons Rio is so important today is because it remains Brazil's cultural capital. While Brasilia may have the politics, and Sao Paulo may have the financial clout, Rio is where Brazil's soul resides. It's in the samba beats that fill the air during Carnival, the capoeira demonstrations on the beaches, and the art that lines the streets of neighborhoods like Santa Teresa. The city has given birth to some of Brazil's most famous musicians, artists, and writers, each contributing to a global understanding of Brazilian culture. Speaking of Carnival, let's not underestimate its significance. Carnival in Rio is not just a party, it's an institution. Every year, millions of people from around the world descend upon Rio to witness the parades, music, and dazzling costumes. For Brazilians, Carnival is a time of celebration and expression, a reminder of their African, indigenous, and European heritage. It's a festival that brings the city together, crossing boundaries of class, race, and neighborhood, if only for a few days. And for the world, Carnival puts Rio on the map as a cultural epicenter, attracting tourists and media attention in ways few other events can. But Rio's importance isn't just cultural. It's also economic. As Brazil's second-largest city, Rio is a major contributor to the country's economy. The city is home to Brazil's largest oil companies and its offshore oil reserves, which are crucial to the country's energy sector. Rio also has a thriving tourism industry, with millions of visitors coming each year to enjoy the beaches, landmarks, and natural beauty. Tourism alone provides a significant boost to the city's economy, generating jobs and revenue that help sustain the local population. In recent years, Rio has also become a hub for international events. The city hosted the 2014 FIFA World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics, 2 of the biggest sporting events in the world. These events showcased Rio to a global audience and brought much-needed infrastructure improvements to the city. While there were challenges, particularly in terms of cost and social impact, there's no denying that Rio proved itself capable of hosting world-class events. However, Rio de Janeiro is also a city of contradictions. For all its beauty and wealth, it faces immense challenges, particularly when it comes to inequality. The city is home to both luxurious neighborhoods like Ipanema and Leblon and sprawling favelas where millions of residents live in poverty. The stark contrast between rich and poor is one of the defining features of Rio, and it's a challenge that the city has struggled to address for decades. Yet, despite these challenges, Rio's importance remains undiminished. In fact, it's this very complexity that makes the city so captivating. It's a place where wealth and poverty, beauty and hardship exist side by side. And for many, it's this contrast that makes Rio feel so real. It's not a perfect city, but it's a city that's constantly evolving, constantly striving to be better. It's a microcosm of Brazil itself, a country of great potential, facing significant obstacles but always pushing forward. Environmentally, Rio de Janeiro is also vital. The city is nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and the lush, green mountains of the Tijuca Forest. It's a rare combination of urban development and natural beauty that few cities in the world can rival. The preservation of these natural spaces is crucial, not just for Rio, but for the planet. The Tijuca Forest, for example, is one of the largest urban rainforests in the world and is home to a diverse range of flora and fauna. The city's environmental importance is also linked to its coastline. Protecting its beaches and marine life from the effects of climate change and pollution is a priority for both local authorities and international conservation efforts. One cannot talk about Rio's importance without mentioning its role as a symbol of resilience. The city has faced numerous challenges: crime, political corruption, and economic hardship. But through it all, Rio has maintained its identity and spirit. The people of Rio, or Cariocas as they're known, are proud of their city, and rightfully so. They've created a place that is as resilient as it is beautiful, a city that's constantly moving forward, no matter the obstacles. So, why is Rio de Janeiro so important? It's because Rio is more than just a place, it's a symbol of Brazil's cultural heritage, its economic potential, and its natural beauty. It's a city that has shaped Brazil's identity and continues to play a crucial role in the country's future. And for the millions of people who call it home, as well as the millions more who visit every year, Rio de Janeiro will always be one of the most important cities in the world. In conclusion, Rio de Janeiro holds a unique place not just within Brazil, but on a global stage. Its importance is multifaceted: economic, cultural, historical, and environmental. It's a city of beauty, contrast, and resilience, one that continues to captivate and inspire all who experience it. Whether you're drawn to its beaches, its music, or its history, there's no denying that Rio is a city like no other, a place that will always matter to Brazil and the world.